And joining us now with more on the High Court of Justice ruling is Deputy Chairman of the Knesset and Likud member of Knesset, Hanoch Milwidsky. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So this is an historic ruling. The High Court has struck down the Basic Law for the first time, but not only that, it's essentially put to rest the issue of the legal reform and declared that it does in fact have the authority to review and strike down basic laws. What do you make of this ruling?
Well, I think it's a very poor ruling. I think it will damage the status of the Israeli Supreme Court in the public eyes. However, I think that the state we are currently in, with war going on, with maybe another front we will be facing, not in too long, we should just, it's not that important right now. It's bad, it's damaging. I can understand the very hard feelings that a lot of people have towards this ruling, but however, I think we shouldn't deal with it or do anything to counter it at the moment. We have much more important and serious issues to deal with.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't help but notice the timing of this ruling. As you said, in the middle of a war, most Israelis have, for the most part, put the legal reforms behind them or at least put them on hold. Are you concerned that this ruling will once again divide Israelis now, during a time of war?
That's, I think, our responsibility. The people sitting in the Knesset, everybody who has public influence should stand out and say, now is not the time. Now we need to be united and we need to put aside everything that divides us, especially the biggest topic that led to maybe the biggest tear we knew in our society since basically since the day Israel was established. We need to not fall into that trap. We need to be bigger than that, and we need to lead the way in public speech and in our actions to say all of this we're putting aside right now. We are dealing with what's really important, and later on we will return to argue, but argue and never go back to a place where we hate each other like we were on October 6th.
This ruling essentially undid all of the efforts of the coalition this past year. And there's been, criticism that the division caused due to the reform, in part led to October 7th. Do you have any regrets over this, or sort of, as we're looking forward to a new year, any thoughts on this?
Well, I have been, looking at my actions indeed ever since. I think every public official should do that. From all parties, all sides, nobody is excluded from him. Nobody can honestly say, my hands were not involved in this great tear we had here. And if there's anything I learned from it, is that we should never allow anything to come before the unity of the Israeli people, the wholeness of the Israeli society. This is what we need to take care firstly and mostly, and all the other things need to basically arrange themselves according to that. If we move in that direction from now on, well, I think we'll be okay. We can never go back. We can never say, well, it happened, we learned from it. Someone else did it. It's not my fault. It's their fault. No, it's everybody's fault. It's all our fault. It's my fault. And we need to do something about it. And do something about it is change the way we act, change the way we speak, and actively go towards uniting the Israeli society again.
And I want to ask, moving back to the war, today the cabinet and also the Knesset are continuing to discuss what will happen in Gaza the day after the war. Is there a consensus that's forming in the government? Because we are hearing different voices. And what can you tell us about Israel's plan for the day after?
Well, the only consensus I know about is that there is no way we're going to let any Palestinian Authority rule over there. In my opinion, there can be no sovereign Palestinian entity near our borders ever again. We need to face reality as it is. We need to take control. We need to, of course, govern the Gaza Strip security-wise for a very long time, and maybe, grow local leaderships, local families to take care of the civilian issues. But I don't think that in this generation we will be able to reach a state where we can completely take our hands, out and off of Gaza like we tried 20 or so years ago and leave. That is not an option, unfortunately, but that is not an option.
All right, Member of Knesset Hanoch Milwidsky, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you.